Welcome back to Good Day Atlanta. 9:23 now. Student loan debt has been a hotly debated topic for a long time, but here's something you might not know. Some of the biggest borrowers are people you might not think are in a jam over school debt. Fox 5 I-Team's Dana Fowle is here with some pretty revealing and startling numbers.
I know. Dana. We've been hearing a little bit about this lately, but it keeps coming up because it's a real thing.
Yeah.
I mean, millennials in school debt. Yeah, we know that. Gen X, yep, those folks do. But baby boomers have a lot of school loan debt too. So let's start this conversation by listening in to an expert, the managing director at Delta Community Credit Union.
A lot of individuals over the age of 60, the average amount of student loan debt they have is somewhere between $35,000 and $40,000. And that seems to me to be a lot of debts to carry into retirement, and that could be your own debt that, like I said, you went back to school and pursued a master's degree, or it could be debt that you've taken on for your children.
Those numbers are pretty jarring, right? Well, now some of that debt comes from the 2008-2009 market tumble. Some of you, you may have gotten a master's degree, but went back to trade school too. I get it. Folks lost jobs and went back to school. But a big part of that comes from baby boomers taking out loans, dipping into 401ks, IRAs, using credit cards to help pay for their children or grandchildren's college educations.
If you looked at all of the debt that parents take on for their children or money that they give to them, the bank of mom and dad would actually be the largest financial institution in the world.
And that doesn't surprise any of us, does it?
No, not at all. No, it doesn't.
Here are 3 pitfalls for taking out student loans as an older person for the younger generation. You're going to skip health screenings and doctor's visits in order to pay that monthly loan. And you can't do this at this point in your life. Boomers won't have enough money in retirement to handle their own bills. And too many will now have to rely on the students they helped to help them now later in life. And that is a burden to everybody. Across the board, any financial advisor is going to tell you that you do not dip into your retirement to pay for your child's education.
So are kids and grandkids expecting them to do this?
Apparently to some point, but I think this generation is just doing it as well. But listen, very early, you have to tell these kids they've got to keep their grades up to get scholarships. I tell my kid this all the time. They need to consider cost when making a college choice. Julie Bates told me something that I loved, and I'm going to start doing it tonight. It's a way to help your children learn early budgeting. It's Friday night. The kids want to do something fun. Of course they do. Give them a budget. Say it's $30. They have to sort out what the family's going to do. Is that a movie? And if it is, you get a drink too? All right, let's say you just want to order in pizza. All right, if you get the sodas, can you still pay for the extra toppings? You have to start making simple choices. And this is the way to learn to budget very early on. I loved that.
Yeah,
it's
that's
such
a great idea.
Great idea. Mm-hmm. And my husband could use this. Just saying.
Putting him on blast, but in all honesty, many of us can probably use this just to set up those parameters, set that budget, stick to it. But I love the idea of starting with kids too.
Yeah, I mean, by Friday we're tired too, and that's when we tend to do takeout and not manage exactly what we're getting. And the next thing you know, there's sushi and blah blah blah.
It adds up, doesn't it?
It sure does.
It really does. All right, Dana, thank you, and hope you all come up with something fun to do tonight. Fun and